God, it's hot in here again. But I have shut the door this week.
Listening to the last episode, I mean, the bird sound actually works for us. So yeah, maybe.
It makes it kind of homely and nice, but it's a bit rougher when a car drives by or something like that. That's not as fun.
No.
If we could then have only the birds, if you can close down the street, that would be.
But didn't he get a sensor from Steve so we can set it up down the road so every time a car passes by, it closes the door for 10 seconds until the car has passed?
Because it has the most quiet door ever imaginable as well. I think I prefer the car, actually. Welcome to episode 93 of the No.1 Crude Mistakes podcast with Glenn from No.1 Projects, Haavard from Behind the Mistakes, and me, K.J. from Crude but Efficient, who has a bit of a sore throat. So I hope my voice lasts the entire episode. Otherwise, you two will talk amongst yourself, I hope.
Yeah.
And he says to nothing. Yeah, it's nice to see that you have my back. Okay, this is a one-man show tonight, I feel. So what have I been up to, you ask? No. It's one of you who goes first. Haavard, you're laughing the least, so you get to start. What have you been up to?
It's too tempting just that I do carry on, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, how far will it go in desperation of closing the quiet gap? Yeah. What have I been doing? Not much. I have been welding, and then I've fucked up welding, and I need to do some cutting, and then I had to do some welding again.
The same welding all over?
Almost, and I was lucky because I wanted to close the big hole in the air tank. So I thought I found a washer that fit exactly into that hole, and then I thought if I then weld that into there, and then I can weld the air nipple to the small hole of that washer. But I think that washer was coated with something that gave off a fume that got into the weld, so it became very porous. So I cut that off, and then didn't do that, and that seemed to work. So now it's in the workshop getting the second coat of hammer paint, which is a beautiful paint to cover up some shitty welds. I mean, if you have some shitty welds, you grind them down and you put hammer paint on it, and it looks like factory fresh.
Do you ever put car body filler over your welds and then sand those back?
Oh, that's
me
too
neither.
much work. Never done that, no. No, they. I really don't care. I mean, they look decent enough, but I grind these welds down if there are some spots, because then I also get a feel of if they are decent all the way through. I mean, it's going to be pressurized to four bars, so I need to pressure test it. So I'm going to pressure test it to 6 bar once it's done, and then if it doesn't blow up on that, I'm going to roll it back to 4 bars and keep that at the limit. So I'm gonna be carrying it on my back right below my head. So yeah, might be thorough in the testing department.
Keep those cameras rolling. Are you going to? Have you got a nice long hose to test it at distance?
I do, but I have no way of releasing it quietly. But then I figured out I have a filler nozzle for filling up car tires, and that actually have a release valve on the side, which you can push, because if you overinflate the tire, then you can let some out. So I'm just going to put a hose connector on both ends of that, and then I'm going to use that one to fill pressure and up and release it when it's done. So yeah. That's the plan. That's going to be for next week, though. I'm a bit busy this week. So I realized I'm not going to get a video out this week. So I'm thinking maybe tomorrow I'll just go into the workshop and rant on for half an hour, so I at least can pester the Patreons with something.
Normally, you use some kind of nice word when you talk about patrons, but pester them. That's
Yeah, I never understood that. I mean, I see a lot of makers on Patreon. They make behind the scenes and they talk a bit more and like, yeah, some inside knowledge and so on. But that is basically my normal raging on. So I don't understand why people are actually signing up for that. But I mean, if they are ready, I am prepared to deliver. So there's symbiosis for you.
Have you guys been? Have you got the community page thing on your YouTube now? Have you been offered that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
set it up?
That's
Oh no, they've done they've sort of done an updated version, so it's like your own personal Instagram, so people can post pictures and start a message off all by themselves now, whoever's on your community.
so others can do that.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That was what that meant. I saw I got a post that you set that up, but I didn't really understand what it meant.
yeah.
you needed to set it up first, or
You just need to give them permission
Activate
to do
it,
Yeah,
so to say.
oh yeah.
yeah.
I haven't noticed anything, but I haven't been in looking very much lately.
It comes up as a. I got an email saying it was offered to me, like your auto dubbing.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
I've had a message to say that's on the way as well, but I don't think that's arrived yet.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna
Me too.
yeah, I'm gonna watch you talking French, Japanese, Hindu. Yeah, that's gonna make a lot of reels. Yeah, that's gonna be golden for the podcast Instagram account.
You can post them on my community page as well if you like.
Yeah,
That's quite good actually, having YouTuber friends, isn't it? You can go in their community page and cause mayhem now.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, go ahead, do it.
I need you to activate your accounts first.
interaction is interaction. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna look into that after the recording.
I don't
Except
think I've been
I'm not.
offered. But I'm the small fry here, so.
Oh yeah, me and Nova are so big.
Yeah,
Compared to me, yes.
the big boy league.
I mean,
Speaking of which, I lost a subscriber again, so now I'm on the knife's edge, losing one more, and I'm down a notch.
Won't it be nice to get to that stage, or wouldn't it be nice to get to that stage where you don't notice one or two subscribers coming or going?
Yeah. But the problem is, yeah, I mean, at some point there are so big changes that you can't remember numbers from day to day. But yeah, that's going to be so far into the future that I'm most likely not noticing because of Alzheimer's and not because the numbers are so big.
Yeah, there is that.
the natural progression.
Yeah.
So what about you then, Glenn? What have you been up to?
It was the big celebration weekend at our house this last weekend. So it was my wedding anniversary on Friday, mine and Michelle's wedding anniversary on Friday, obviously. And then it was Michelle's birthday on Saturday, and then it was Lily's birthday on Sunday. So it's not left much time for the workshop, but on Friday, I think it was, Friday, so to get the garden ready and jet washed everything. Came around the front and started jet washing the drive, and at which point mortar started popping out from between the slabs on the driveway. So I thought, okay, well, I better fix that then. So yeah, I spent Friday, sealed it first, and then spent the rest of the day pointing the patio. At which point I realised I'd made a No.1 Crude mistake and used the wrong colour sand, so all the bits of pointing I've added are now a different colour to the other bits of pointing. Which is bloody annoying. Yeah. So yeah, that was Friday, and then I don't think. Yeah, I got into the workshop Sunday afternoon eventually, and just did a bit of work on the strumstick body, but not much, just enough to really mess up the workshop. Yeah, so the coming week for me is, because not much of the week left really before Haavard arrives, is tidying the workshop and cleaning the van, getting Haavard ready.
Yeah, nice.
Nice. Is
Getting
he
a
gonna get
clean van.
a cleaned windshield?
Not on the inside. Oh,
No,
God,
no.
No, I'm going to treat him exactly the same as I did you, KJ.
Yeah.
There's no special treatment for Haavard.
Fair is fair.
Yeah, but other than that, no, I haven't had much chance for making. What about you, KJ?
Yeah, not super much in the making department. Slow progress on the ongoing project, but I did publish a video.
You did.
You did.
Number 80 in the count of everything. So
Nice.
that's kind of a milestone, I guess.
Is that the 80th long form video? Because you've done
Yes.
a few shorts, haven't you?
Yeah, shorts don't count.
Okay. It was a really nice little video you made. Nice little ashtray.
For really, really big cigars.
Yeah. Or for people who just smoke lots of little cigars.
Might not be fireproof, but yeah, it looks like it's an ashtray.
Yeah,
How-
but
how
it
good
wasn't.
it
It was a really, really nice video to watch. Nice, short and sweet as well. I've not checked how the views are doing. How's it doing?
Pretty decent,
Yeah,
at least. So
nice.
that's nice. I kind of like it that it's short because it really doesn't need to be long.
And is the Turbo Plane coming out again soon?
When I need it, I'm not fallen deeply in love with it, but I don't dislike it either. So it's just nice, a nice addition to the toolbox, I would say.
We have to use it again this year, otherwise it's cost you £100 per use so far. So you've definitely got to get those costs down.
Yeah, 150 perhaps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I have plans for future projects to use it, but not in the immediate future because I have other things with not that much wood in them, so the turbo plane wouldn't be useful. But yeah, it was a nice little thing, and I made a nice little short about it as well that I accidentally deleted.
Was that with the bit dropping off?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was that I played around with uploading it, and for some reason, when I export a short from DaVinci, YouTube doesn't accept it because it says it can't do a preview of it.
Yes.
So then I have to, save it again. Just cut off like a couple of milliseconds and save it again, and then it works fine.
Okay.
I do not understand why. So I have been playing around with it a bit, and then I had one instance that said the upload is ready for publishing or something like that, and I'm just getting annoyed. And it's okay, remove this notification was what I wanted to do, but then I accidentally removed the video instead.
Oh no. I always just download from Instagram. I put the shorts up on Instagram and download that, and then YouTube just accepts those.
Oh yeah, that's another way of just resaving it, I guess.
I'm glad it wasn't just me. I thought it was just me that was pressing something wrong on DaVinci.
Yeah, I don't understand what's the problem, but and I do shorts so seldom, so
yeah,
it's not really a problem.
No, it's not such a bad thing downloading from Instagram, really. I mean, you put them on YouTube, and at the end it says Instagram at the end, so at least it lets people know you've got an Instagram account as well, doesn't it? So
I've never tried downloading stuff from Instagram. Maybe that works. I don't know.
Yeah, you just press the share button, and it comes up there as an option.
Okay. And then I finally used my washing machine short as well.
I forgot about that. Yes.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Yeah, I've been sitting on that for a while when I realized I would throw the washing machine away because it wasn't. I will never fix that, and it was a good thing as well because it had gotten kind of moldy inside. But I was dead determined to get the drum out because you want to have a washing machine drum for something, which took a lot of work to get it out. And then I got it cleaned out. I felt I could probably fit in here. I have to do something with this.
Lily on Saturday night, she saw that short and said, "Why is KJ in a washing machine? How did KJ get in that washing machine?"
Movie magic.
No, just really, really folded up.
Yeah, so we essentially like a folding ruler.
Yeah. I know the entire back panel was off, so I just used some spring clamps and put my hoodie down back so it was a black backdrop of it, and just tried to squeeze in as much as I could without my feet sticking out on the side. And then
that's it. You've just been kicked out of the magic circle now, revealing how you do your tricks.
Yes, I want you to feel my pain for creating art. But it was kind of nice also because, I mean, one thing, I wanted to remove the big concrete blocks because I wanted to throw the washing machine away. So just empty. So I think some eyebrows raised in the recycling center where I just picked it up and carried it over to where all the other washing machines stood. Yeah, I don't need a trolley for this. I just take it under my arm.
Have you seen the size of me? I can carry this, no problem.
Yeah, but other than that, it's not that bad. I also got out the pressure washer and cleaned the patio roof for the first time in 10 years, I think. So it needed it. So now it's actually kind of see-through again and not just dark. And I didn't fall off, but it was close at sometimes. Because plastic roofs get a bit slippery when you pressure wash them with some soap.
I know you're not the heaviest man in the world, but I'm surprised the plastic's strong enough to hold you.
Yeah, I just walked on the what are they called? The wooden bits
where the beams are.
Yeah. And it's a polycarbonate roof, I think. So it's kind of bendy. And I only misstepped a couple of times and catch myself. So it's with a step between. And I tried to walk. So I stood on multiple high points in the roof, so to say, because then it could take my weight. Kinda, at least.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not the heaviest, so.
Yeah. I think it'd probably struggle underneath me, wouldn't it? Don't
maybe.
So, double backing. The community tab is now open. If someone wants to have the first post, now's the time. But I mean, by the time you're listening to this, then Glenn has probably plastered the entire page of cock and balls. So
yeah.
So what do you expect from your communities? What would you like, and what do you think your communities would put up there if they would interact?
I'm just happy that I've had an interaction already on mine. That's my German subscriber. Posted a nice picture.
Your biggest fan?
Yeah. Posted a picture of a lovely metalworking lathe from 1974 on there.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm quite pleased with that interaction so far.
Yeah, that's you're betting 100 so far.
Yeah, exactly.
Just turn it off, close it down.
Yeah. I did well on that. Quit while I'm ahead.
I'm kind of curious, what kind of community do I have? I'm not expecting vast masses to roll in, but I mean, the regulars must have a screw or two loose to follow me, and vice versa. So yeah, hopefully there'll be some good ideas, and yeah.
Considering what you talked about last week, we will get the Hellcorder shirts that will just, when the next Hellcorder video, just post memes about that.
Yeah, most likely.
counting the days from the last Hellcoder video and that sort of thing.
And you know that's the worst. I haven't been in to the channel dashboard on my computer for quite a few days, and I think it was last night I just posted a reel because I was doing some editing, and then it's a bit of a funny transition. When I come out of the door, I've obviously changed clothes. It's not the same day, and I just post that there. And when I logged on now, it's all the celebratory things and ranking by views. 1 of 10. It's 1,500 views. Like, that's the one you're going to show everyone. And it's like, yeah, I got 13 likes and 1 comment. So it's like, so it doesn't really do. I mean, yes, it has been shown to a lot of people, but it's like, yeah, this is boring. So
I mean, I watched it twice because I had to see what was he wearing in the first one because I didn't think about that. I was focused on that you held them in the correct hand and that sort of thing, but was there something else off?
Yeah, that's also a thing. I swapped hands as well. I swapped days, swapped hands, clothes.
Swapped everything.
Yeah, even got a fresh pair of knickers. Pants. No, yeah, under knickers, underpants, pants, knickers. Yeah, I don't know.
Keep digging.
Yeah,
You'll get there eventually.
Move along. The things that you keep on your, you know what. So, I am. I'm realizing it's Tuesday today. Tomorrow, gonna deliver the car to the MOT. So today I swapped out the oxygen sensor. That went actually too easy, but it seems to have fixed the problem. And then I got a new latch mechanism for the fuel door cap, which seemed to be just as broken as the one I replaced. But I really don't care about that. But yeah, of course, to get to that, I had to take the rear wheel off, and I just inspected the brakes there as well. And yeah, I think there's about a millimeter left of this compound on the brake pads. So yeah, the last garage did not lie when they said my brakes needed doing. So I'll turn it into the MOT tomorrow. But hopefully I fixed everything so that they just say you need to do the brakes, which I already know. And then of course I'm gonna tell them to all right, schedule me in and order the parts. And then of course that's gonna take a week or 2. So yeah, the car's gonna be offline again. But that doesn't matter. I'm going to England to drink beer.
Yes.
With my personal driver. So yeah, it's gonna be nice.
Yeah, very, very much looking forward to it. And we've got another maker coming to see us as well.
Yeah.
Who's probably listening to this episode as we speak. As he's driving here.
Hopefully in the car to come and see us then, because
it's not just here.
I mean, Ross, if you're listening to this while you're sitting in the couch with us, put your phone away and pay attention.
Yeah, so that's nice. He's rearranged work to come and see us. He's promised not to stay too long. He said his social batteries are shorter than K.J.'s.
Wow. Yeah, honest answer.
Yeah.
It sounds really nice.
Yeah. Sure you're not going to pop over, KJ?
Yes. Not that nice.
We'll send you a summary.
I was just about to say, if you do, can you make sure you come into the same airport at the same time as Haavard, please?
I am at what's the one the furthest away?
Glasgow.
Dublin Airport. Yeah. Take the ferry and swim. Yeah. Really looking forward to it. And then also, can we crash Steve's studio? Would be nice to see it as well.
We can.
Yeah.
I think when I pick you up on Friday, when we get back into my locality, we'll nip to the supermarket and buy some booze, because I thought you might like to see the booze in the supermarket.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah. And then Steve's only about 5 minutes away from the supermarket, so we can pop in and see
Yeah.
him, and you can have a beer, and he'll definitely have a
Nice.
beer. Yeah, so that'd be good.
All right, let's make notes. Get smash for Steve. Yeah, nice.
Steve's not got a sweet tooth, so don't worry too much about that one.
He doesn't?
No.
Weird.
Yeah,
Well, he hasn't tried smash, so.
that's true. He's not
Yeah,
tried
that's
any of
true.
mine when I've had it, that's for sure.
I don't think anyone get to try that. It's like, and then it's gone. It's like the bag imploded like that submarine at the Titanic wreckage.
Lily always gets a few pieces just to keep her hungry for more.
Yeah.
Let's smuggle in a Norwegian beer instead.
Yes. Or we'll just buy one from the supermarket and tell him it's from Norway.
Yeah.
There's always a foreign beer in there.
Because I don't think they sell it at the airport, and since I'm only going with hand luggage, yeah. Well, maybe they have been more easy on liquids as well after they got the fancy machines.
They do sell beer in your airport.
Yeah, but cans that you can bring with you through security?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but you won't be able to do it with your airline that you're flying with. You won't have enough room.
No. Like, should I bring one beer or pants? Choices, yeah.
If you're bringing liquids in, don't waste it on beer.
Yeah, so I haven't it really hasn't dawned on me that it's gonna be a 1 day shorter week, and I haven't mentally or physically started planning for traveling, so I kind of just ordered the tickets and forgot about them. So yeah, Wednesday
How early is
tomorrow
the
and
flight?
Thursday. It's actually not that bad. I planned it so I don't get up too early, but early enough to be outside of the house before the kids get up, so I don't have to deal with them. And
Okay.
now on
That's rather
Sunday-
early, I would say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if all goes according to plan, you get here for just before 12, don't you?
yeah. So I think I need to. I mean, if I get up at the usual time, I could just drive directly to the train station, and then it should be easy going.
Nice.
And then also on the way back, it's in the afternoon, so you don't have to like get up early on Sunday and rush to the airport, so you have time to, become human again after whatever happens on Saturday.
Just do an all-nighter.
Oh, that sounds like the worst idea.
Yep.
I haven't done an all-nighter since I can't do it, and I realized, might have mentioned this before. I saw like an Instagram post from the army that this is the upper age limit for applying for the special forces, and I realized, yeah, I'm too old for that. So I'm starting to get too old for certain things. Not that I ever wanted to get in there, and what I realized even if I got in, they would kick me out after 2 days of that first initial week when they're trying to keep you awake for 3 days. I mean, if I don't get enough sleep, I would kill my own platoon just to be able to go to sleep. So yeah, I would be the worst part to have on any team, because if I get hungry or sleepy or both, people are going to die. So yeah, so
Consider
no loss
myself
there.
warned.
Yeah.
Always keep a snack in your pocket.
Yeah, snack in my pocket.
And a pillow nearby.
Yeah, I did that on a couple of occasions during my years at uni, pulling an all-nighter, and none of the times it turned out good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't even function like that when I was in my 20s. So nope, ain't gonna happen ever again.
It's one of those things that I really appreciate being in a long-standing relationship and being married, is that I don't care anymore. When you're visiting,
Charlotte.
when you're visiting your in-laws or your wife's family, like in the beginning, of course, you're like, all right, I need to stay awake. I should try to see if I'm interested, and then you have to be polite and everything. And now we can go to my wife's family, and the kids can run around. And if I'm tired, I can just sit down in a chair in the corner and doze off for half an hour before I join the conversation. And nobody cares. Nobody probably notices. So that's nice when you come to that part where it's like, yep, they know what they got. So yeah, I'm gonna have a nap.
I mean, and you can still blame the kids. So, I mean,
Yeah.
your grandchildren is taking this out on me, so I need to recharge.
Exactly. So yeah, that's gonna be nice. Then next week I should have a video out. And then the thing is there anything I can do and film while in the UK that I can implement into that video to give it a extra dimension? I need to think of that. So yeah.
Or do you have future videos that could use a little a reporter in the field, so to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over to you, Haavard, in England.
Yeah. And then of course trying to say something for a video you don't know what it's about yet. So you have to make it
Just film stuff and see
extremely
where
generic. Yeah.
See where you can throw it in. That's really funny.
Or just walk around in the English countryside and just looking at things and
Some
not saying
B-roll.
anything, like just okay. Going to
Just
something like
imagine
that.
a voiceover over that.
Yeah, I could try the Rowan Atkinson Mr. Bean approach. Like, just go around and making sounds and looking at stuff like a phone box. Yeah, I was gonna say Big Ben, but I'm not sure if they have that in Lincolnshire. So.
Small band, perhaps.
Small band, yeah.
Medium-sized band. But you just have yourself being filmed stepping out of a door when you're obviously in England for, I mean, some reason. So you can cut that in as you're walking out of your workshop. Oh, wrong door. Go back in. Come out with the correct.
Yeah, you can.
I could film myself putting my backpack on and then going out my workshop and then just coming out into Glenn's workshop or something like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Or you could film yourself going into Beal Tamer or whatever it is you've got there and coming out of B&Q here or something like that.
Yeah.
And remember, now you have a cameraman as well. In Glenn. Exactly. You don't have to film yourself.
Yeah. Maybe I should do an entire project in your workshop. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you can film. I just do stuff. Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Yeah, probably would have been fun, but yeah.
He barely takes any entertaining. Just got to set the tripod up on him.
I just left him there.
He hasn't even noticed.
Yeah.
Just bring him food and beer every once in a while. He's
Dinner.
He's a big in shit.
I'm coming.
Yeah, it's going to be a completely childless weekend as well. Lily's away this weekend.
Oh.
So Haavard is the child of the family.
Yeah.
You'll take that space.
Might still be my spot. We'll see. But Michelle's still here to look after us both. Don't worry.
Yeah. It's the supplying the cultural alibi. So
forcing you to see castles and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Every day she comes up with 2 things she's going to make you do.
Yeah. Sounds ominous. Yeah. Yeah, we can be cultural on Sunday morning, Saturday. I mean, we need to go to the hardware store. Of course, I want the highlights. Yeah.
You want to go to Marks and Spencer as well. That's cultural.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. So, yeah.
We might do all of those things on Friday on the way here.
Yeah, that we can do. I mean, I'm not going to spend time at Marks and Spencer's. I have a very specific shopping list. I'm just going to go and find a person. find me this, and then
Yeah, I certainly won't be able to help. I don't know my way around Marks and Spencer's. I can't afford that place. I'm not Norwegian.
Here comes the Norwegian oil money.
Yeah. We'll enter the shop and I'll say he's Norwegian. They'll roll out a red carpet for you.
Fancy pants or fancy
what?
panties.
What? Have I misunderstood? Isn't Marks and Spencer's the place where you go to get cheap clothes and so on?
No. Well, old people go there for clothes.
Yeah, I'm old.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
older than me. I mean, I don't go there for clothes.
Because maybe it's not Marks and Spencer, because there is other store whenever we are
Primark.
Yeah, Primark. Yeah, I thought I was thinking Primark, the place where you go to get all the things for the kids. Yeah.
Is that where you've got to shop? Is that your shopping list from the wife? Or is it
No, it is Marks and Spencer's, but in my head, I just visioned Primark. Yeah, I've been there. I can find my way around, but yeah.
Good thing that you checked.
Yeah.
Make sure that your wife writes on the top of the shopping list what store you're supposed to go to.
Yeah.
I've been at B&Q for hours. I haven't found any of these.
Yeah, I've been looking like a madman. Yeah.
So I got you a screwdriver. Yeah.
All right, then I should pack our shared bank account card, debit card. I'm not paying for that then.
Could take you to.
Of course, I wrap it as a gift. And like, oh, you gifted it to me? Yeah. just don't check the bank account for the next couple of weeks.
Your wife enjoys a good bookshop as well, doesn't she? So we could take you to the 5-story Waterstones in Lincoln. Take some footage and say, look, if you were here, look what you could see.
Yeah, getting the cold shoulder when I get back, unless I buy a shitload of books. But remember, I'm traveling Ryanair, so yeah, only can fit a pamphlet at best. No, that being said, though, I have prepared myself for the fact that I might pay for carry-on the way back, depending on what I find at the hardware store. Oh, we don't have this. And then it's cheap. And then you pay $1 million for a carry-on Ryanair. So it's not so cheap when you get home. But
yeah. Unless it's plywood, I don't think you'll find anything you want really in my hardware stores. You have to ask KJ. He's seen.
It wasn't anything
it didn't
special.
look that impressed.
No, I mean, I'll have to find out for myself, I think.
Yes, of course.
So that covers it all then. The entire week. Good.
You got the future planned for you. How does that feel?
Me or Haavard?
Both.
Both, yeah.
Whoever answers first.
I'm quite happy with it.
Yeah, it is nice to know what you're going to do a few days ahead of time. So yeah, that's.
Glenn, are you going to utilize Haavard in a future video when you got him there?
It's all right. There's another subject I want to bring up, but not till the half fine.
Okay, let's put a pin in that.
But no, I've not actually thought about that, to be honest with you. It's definitely worth giving it some thought.
Yeah. You have me. I can be an extra all weekend.
Or a cameraman for some specific.
Do you want to be some? We can do some funny gardening videos. I would. I mean, by the pictures that you send and the descriptions, I wouldn't be sad if I could see a few of those huge gardens. If we could do just a drive-by on the Friday on the way home, like this is the big one and this is the
the
blue Smurf water one.
Yeah. So on my day off, you want me to take you to work?
Yes, please. I can do the same for you when you get here. We can have an office day and we can try and like.
I've seen your work.
Yeah, from the outside, but we weren't inside.
I saw the car park on the inside.
Yeah,
that was
fair
enough.
Yeah.
That was enough. Yes.
No, that's the best. That's the best part. I love that when I'm going home in the afternoon, seeing the car park.
Actually, I was really sad.
Flowing.
We walked into your office building and there was a table tennis table just as we walked in.
Yeah.
I was like, I just want to stay here and play this all day.
Oh, I remember when they rolled that in because it is so cliche office work. Like, yeah, you want to get you don't give people a raise or anything, or just to get them distracted. You buy them pizza every once in a while, and you give them a ping pong table. And then when they rolled it in, it's like, yeah, I'm not falling for that one. But it's like a watering hole in the Calamari Desert. Yeah, I said that wrong. And people are just flocking to it, and like, yeah, the ping pong is a huge deal, but I don't get it. So yeah.
Yeah, me neither. We have it as well, and I just call it the youth center because all the kids are.
Yeah.
I would completely fall for that.
I have to be the old and grumpy guy in the office, so take my role seriously.
You know, I'm fascinated by your office situation, KJ, because you're like saying you are the oldest one there, and at my workplace, I'm still barely amongst those who are pulling the average down. Still, but of course they have like a young in like organization for the people under 35, I think. So I were too old for that even when I started there, but yeah, still, I'm younger at heart than any of them, so or more childish, depending on who you ask.
Same.
It is fun though because I can't take LinkedIn seriously, so I've just been piling on. So I'm a video editor, I'm a content creator, I'm an engineer, I am a podcast host, I'm a media manager. And of course, every time we have a meeting where there are external companies in, of course, every half moon, I log on to LinkedIn just because I'm bored. And yeah, 4 or 5 people from those companies have been checking out your profile. And yeah, good on them. There's nothing professional about that. It's like, yep, YouTuber, part-time engineer.
Do you have links to your YouTube channel as well on there?
Tomorrow I will. I'm not sure if that is something you need to have the paid subscription to do. I'm not sure because I do get a lot of those. Do you want to try a month for free so we can see who's been looking at your profile? Nope. I'm not paying for the software I'm making podcasts on. I'm not going to pay you. I mean, if you're listening in Riverside, sure, you're of course paying, but you're trying to keep an image here. So yeah.
I mean, you can just put a link to your latest video whenever you publish. And see, maybe the people. I mean, people who are doom scrolling LinkedIn are so bored for content they will probably click on your videos. Could be the talk of the office.
You know, that's not a dumb idea.
No. A few extra subscribers. Like when KJ came out.
Probably not, but yeah. Yeah, maybe that's my plan. Maybe I should come out at work.
Yeah, I mean,
they did post a news article on Inside, but it's like obviously nobody reads that. So it was like yeah, that did not generate any comments in the office.
When I went to that electrical trade fair a couple of weeks ago, I took some video because I couldn't get any of my colleagues to actually come. So I just made a short little video, and then we don't have because we're redoing all the servers and internal website and all of that. So we don't have a good space to share a video. So I just put it up on YouTube and shared a link to them.
Yeah.
So then some of them, I mean, the ones who dared click on a link actually checked out the YouTube videos as well. So
can you both share my videos of your works?
Yeah.
you feel left out and you don't have any colleagues to share with.
Have a look at this guy. But that would be cool, though. I mean, every time you post a video, you just sneak a link into your email signature. Also, you send the most boring corporate emails, and like down there is a link. Like, if someone presses on that, they get the surprise for a day. Yeah.
I mean, when you get a corporate email and you get the footer of it with the name and the telephone number and email address, and then there's a YouTube link there, would you click that just to see what that was about?
Yeah, that would be cool. But that also got me thinking, though. I'm not thinking it's ever going to happen, but it would be cool, because sometime I am through work at various fairs and conferences and whatnot with colleagues, of course, and it would be cool to stumble over someone that recognizes you from that YouTube channel, and they're coming over and just want to talk to you, and then your colleagues are standing there and like, what the fuck was that all about? And like, oh, nothing, and then just downplay it and move along.
Yeah, maybe you need to fabricate that for yourself.
That's not cool. I mean, but yeah, like on Maker Central, when someone just pops up and can we have a picture? Yeah, sure. That it would have been so cool if you had some unsuspected colleagues with you. Like, what the fuck was that all about? Oh, nothing. I just every day.
Yeah, you need to schedule your work to have a work trip at the same time at Maker Central or something like that, and just casually have the Maker community there in a couple of years when it's not on the 17th.
It is weird that, I mean, I work in a large engineering firm in the concepts and studies division, so we're working with concept development for both internal project but also external project, and we are selling ourselves with that service. And then of course you have like Skaperfestivalen in Oslo. You would think that at least some of those people were showing up there because they wanted to see stuff and learn new things. Haven't seen one of them. I've been there for years. Never stumbled over anyone from work. So yeah, that's totally different spheres, obviously.
Yeah, you obviously need to promote it more at work.
Yeah, I should make a plan for that. But that's going to happen next week. But speaking of Skaperfestivalen, and I just got an email from them. They have opened the link for registration. So
I got an email as well.
You did? Yeah. So when are you coming over?
Showing all your drumsticks and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, though. I'm gonna be on a joint stand this year, which I think is gonna be a hoot. But you're not going to be free to roam about. So I'm guessing, like in the afternoon when they close the door, I'm going to be shot. My social battery is going to be. I'm going home to sleep, and then dreading ever signing up on the Sunday morning when I have to go back for another day of this. I've ruined my weekend for this, and I'm like, yeah. I know I'm going to hate it already, but I'm also going to love it, I think. So yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah. I think it would be good for you to have an anchor point and something to do, something to show off. But hopefully you could, I mean, since you're sharing a booth, that you can sneak away and just hide in the corner for half an hour or so.
Yeah, that's the thing that we discussed as well. I mean, I talked with Torje from BRÅK, and of course I'm just going to bring my stuff that makes a lot of noise, basically, just to make his products look even better, because I mean he's a professional noisemaker business. I'm just a happy-go-lucky amateur. But yeah, that means that if he needs to go away and have a pint and a piss, then I can, of course, explain to people roughly what it is they are seeing there. And if they have questions, you have to wait 5 minutes until he's back again. And he could probably do the same. But it kind of puts the pressure on, though, because now it is, yeah, by the time you're listening to this, it's almost July. And then this is in October. And I need to have the Hellcorder back in operation. I have some few other noise making stuffs that I also need to make functional for more than the 10 seconds I needed to film a YouTube video. So, I mean,
How
I
much
think
TLC are we talking here? Is it the month up to it that we'll need to be spending?
it's a good. I mean, the biggest thing is gonna be to have the Hellcorder up and running. The kazoo amplifier, that is, yeah, that can play all day. So that is just to bring. And then yeah, it is the other kazoo bits and the recorder alarm clock. Should program that to go off every hour to mark that. The Yeah, I need to win. I mean, it is a this guy, the plinkety plonkety machine. He's not going to know that there is a competition, but I'm going to beat him. Yeah.
Well, if you're paying for luggage on the way back to yours, I mean, you can take some of these things from behind me with you if you like. You can always laser your logo on them.
Yeah, that's right. You have a laser.
Yeah.
Shit,
He's looking around him now.
Yeah,
Things to laser.
yeah, I got a shitload of stuff to brand. Maybe I need luggage anyway.
I made you some little cards with your logo on so you could stick them on your things.
Yeah. Where did I put those? It's probably in a drawer here somewhere. But yeah, that my wife had a dinner with some colleagues, and she loves telling the story of how I bought that CNC. And then they asked, could you make cutting boards with faces on them? Why they want that, I do not know. And she said, yeah, sure, that machine can do anything. Because I don't think she
But can
really
that
knows what
happen?
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she warned me when I got home, you might get some orders. And then, yeah, but that is basically I mean, that's laser work. That's not a CNC work. I mean, yes, I can cut the cutting board, but if you want a recognizable face, it should be a laser. And she just like casually, yeah, can't you get one of those then? It's like, yes.
And then I'm still not making a fucking cutting board.
Yeah.
Shared bank account.
She doesn't need to know that, but and then of course I like, yeah, and so then I should just get a laser then. But if I'm first gonna get one, I should get a proper one so it's durable and will last, and yeah, so that's happening. I mean, it would have been happening if I'm not used half the national budget on my car this year. It is sad. I've spent more money now on that car than that extremely expensive laser. I said I can't really afford that one. I could if I just didn't have that car. So yeah.
I don't think you should buy the most. You shouldn't try and future-proof the laser. You should buy just the current one, because mine was probably one of the best on the market when I ordered it, and by the time it arrived, it was completely out of date. There was much more powerful ones on the market. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and I realized that. All right, what do I want to use it for?
branding.
Yes, and then cutting some plywood, and I can do that on the CNC as KJ specified earlier. So it's like you cut it and you make sawdust instead of smoke, but it is basically the same. So yeah, no, that's not happening. I don't think. Yeah, if I could get, if the small handheld ones could get cheap enough, then I could buy one of those just for branding purposes. But that also got me thinking. I mean, when do you get the Shaper Origin, but for lasers? Then we're talking. Would be cool.
Why would you
Because
want to
then-
shape origin when you've got a CNC? Why would you want something that you have to stand there and hold when you
Yeah,
can
but
just
for a
run?
laser.
then you could laser
Yeah.
like a full sheet of plywood, so you could. I mean, lasers become expensive if you want something over 300 times 500 millimeters. So
I
yeah,
think I saw a laser once that was kind of on rollers, which just sort of moved itself along on those. So
Ah,
on wheels, probably a better word than rollers.
that sounds like a YouTube video, but I can't
Yeah.
be bothered. It's like building CNCs, building lasers. No, it's
Yeah,
just
no
tools.
way.
I don't want to build my wrenches. I just want to buy them in a pack and have them. So
I
yeah,
made my laser radio controlled.
yeah.
Seems like something I want to do.
To chase
Yes.
the neighbor's cats. Then you need to get cat in the title.
Using in the garden to burn the weeds
Yeah.
between the stones on the patio and that sort of thing.
I made a thing, did it for cutting the grass. Was that him or was that somebody else?
I think that was Allan Pan who did that.
Oh,
was
That
yes.
laser mower that
I
did not
made a
work at
thing.
all.
I made a thing was a haircut with a laser, wasn't it?
Yes, that was.
Yeah.
But then didn't the backyard scientist also do some laser? I mean, he got industrial grade, the ones that he used to like burn rust of metal and so on, and he did something and he
Yeah.
shot in the trees and
Yes, it did.
Yeah. so
They have a lot of
lasers
toys.
is then. But talking about these huge YouTubers, they are I've just named them saucers. Because they hang around in that same group that basically circles around and arrange that open source. So I've been looking into that, but that we can take in the half pint with whatever you, Glenn, had, if you can remember. I can't. You didn't tell, so nobody knows.
I can't remember how it linked in, but it was. I wanted to discuss this Swedish thing called brunka.
By the look of KJ's face, I'm not sure if you're going to get an answer, but
But
if you want to find out, go over to the half pint.
yes, please do, because I'm already there in my mind. Bye.